Okay. It used to be like down the street from my house. That's crazy. Okay. Mm. Damn. It's like that. I said it's like that. They coming with that kind of hate. I mean, you could look at it like that. Not saying like, but you could look at it like that. But I think, yeah, I mean, like I said, you can look at it like that. But I think the biggest thing that is missed in there is like, y'all seem to always need us in order to advance or succeed at some shit, and then in the opposite as well, like it always tends to be that. I mean, we seem to get in there and start kicking y'all ass, and then y'all got a problem. So I mean, are we successful because y'all allowed us to do something, or are we successful because we just good at whatever it is we do, and y'all happen to try and monopolize it to make yourself feel good? Because I'm pretty sure I heard about I'm pretty sure I heard about the y'all not wanting black people playing in the NFL during the Great Depression, even though they was good enough because y'all didn't want white men feeling like only black people could have jobs. So, yes, that's crazy. Yeah, we done known that from the beginning though. I always was talking about that. They never had let him fight Tyron Woodley. No. Hey man, look, the way they running it over there, yeah. But I think that's what people miss a lot of times is they don't really connect with the fact that a lot of this should be people who don't have any personal relationships with people from these demographics with these opinions. You feel me? Like these are usually people. Yeah, I'm finishing the thing. Oh yeah, like the Kool-Aid man.
You back at it.
My boy over there eating them hot ass wontons.
Oh, them shits is hot, man. Like you hear me breathing. Like, no, yeah, no, I would just like I know we be talking about sports, but like I really be thinking like the intersection of race and sports and like how people be saying racist stuff or like they root for somebody based off their race is very interesting. Like even how the dudes be saying like, "Oh, I think Joe Burrow is better than and Patrick Mahomes." That argument is valid, but then when people be like, "Josh Allen is the best quarterback in the all in the world," and it's like, I mean, I understand, but it ain't he not even better than Lamar Jackson. Him and Lamar Jackson are even, but then niggas because he's white, he better than everybody. So it's
I
very
mean,
it's
go
very
ahead.
no, I'm just saying. So what we talking about first, bro? What's the topic?
Uh, let's see. I do got my little note saved over here on the computer, so let me pull that up too. What's cracking? You feel me? My boy Chris, we in here. Okay, cool, 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 cool. Okay, so these topics, we got about 2 weeks worth of topics. 2 weeks worth of topics. You feel me? So today we gonna do. I mean, yesterday was Sunday, so we for sure can start with some NFL football coming off of Sunday. Um,
Okay.
what's the gap between Lamar, Mahomes, Josh Allen, and Joe Burrow? Right? You was just talking about that. Matter of fact, like you were just talking about
Okay.
how people, you know, they rooted interest a lot of times be based in and based on what culture they are represented by, so to speak, less than it's about um who the player is or how they play. So again, I think right now that's gonna continue to be the quarterbacks right now, the top quarterbacks in the game. That's gonna continue to be where the conversation begins and ends. So I mean, let's look. I don't know what their records is and what the fuck they did. I mean, obviously Mahomes got one loss.
That
Uh,
now think about it. Think about how crazy it is. Mahomes got one loss, but I think Joe Burrow is playing the best quarterback this year. The best quarterback play I've seen has been through Joe Burrow.
this year
Yes,
is
Joe Burrow's
that based
playing
on?
crazy. They just not winning as much.
And do you feel like within that is it because of his physical play or is it because is you so you saying like when you watching Joe Burrow in the pocket like
You saw how when I was at your house and how Joe Burrow literally was in the pocket so calm. He kept you know how like some quarterbacks like Lamar, like when Lamar is trying to navigate the pocket, it's so crazy because when he navigates the pocket, he's navigating the pocket like a damn ballerina. Lamar being there,
mm-hmm.
Joe Burrow is really navigating the pocket like this. Like he's staying like this and navigating around niggas and throwing touchdowns. He looked crazy. He looked really good. Like Jamar Chase is going off. Joe Burrow's going off. I really think that if you that's why I said if you put Joe Burrow on the Steelers with that type of organization, they would be like they would. I think they would be in the Super Bowl. It would really be like, oh shit, like Buffalo, like because Joe Burrow always is going against Lamar. What if Joe Burrow played for the Steelers and not the Bengals? How would Lamar's career look going against them?
I think Lamar still would get off because that's what I was gonna say. I think
No, he
one
would
of my
get
biggest
off,
things about
but I'm talking
Lamar
about his
is
career
though,
though.
huh?
He would still get off, but his career.
But I mean, look, I think the biggest thing too, like that sometimes get ignored though, is like you do got to factor in the other things that benefit somebody like a Joe Burrow, for example. Like he do got Jamar Chase. He did get the receiver that he played with in college to his team as soon as he got to the league. Like,
You're lucky it wasn't the other one.
yeah, no, if it was that one,
You're lucky it wasn't him.
Aaron Donald would still be trying to get a ring. I ain't gonna lie. That would have been a rough Super Bowl for us.
You think Aaron Donald? You think Aaron Donald would have still been playing?
Yes, he would have had to. Jamar Chase. That's what I was gonna say though. Joe Burrow
And
and
Jamar Chase is still crazy good.
but Jamar Chase, but Joe Burrow and Justin Jefferson is the best young receiver I've seen since Odell. And he low key better, but he's not.
He's no, Justin Jefferson is better than young Odell.
No, he's not.
What are you basing that off of?
The fact that they doing all the same things. One of them played with Eli Manning, who couldn't throw for shit at that point.
But now Sam Darnold looked like
one of them had Kirk Cousins, and now got Sam Darnold. One of them had Eli Manning only throwing slants.
I think the Vikings is the best organization in the league in terms of like stability.
They the best. I mean, they always been that way though.
Like I feel like the Vikings always put a good product on the field.
But that's what I'm saying. They always, honestly, when you think about it, truly the Vikings always been like that. When you go back to the Randy Moss days, you go back to the Adrian Peterson days.
Yeah, they always put a good product on the field. It's just Super Bowl wise, I feel like.
But that back in the 70s or the like late 60s, early 70s, they went to like 4 Super Bowls.
I can believe it. And I think like they would be my sleeper to make the Super Bowl this year. Like I wouldn't be surprised if the Vikings beat Detroit in the playoffs.
Nah.
I'm serious.
No, I feel you though. I feel you. I know you like your hunches. Wait, pause. Back to the topic.
Okay.
Patrick Mahomes, Lamar Jackson, Josh Allen, Joe Burrow. What is the gap between each of them?
I think that Patrick Mahomes.
Here, hold on. Can you use this?
After high school, Austin received a scholarship to play college ball at Wichita State. However, after 2 years,
what are you watching?
For another place to excel.
It's a documentary about
Coach Lon Kruger.
Oh, it's about what's the dude from the Lakers? The white dude.
Oh, okay. Jerry West?
No, the white dude that's on the team now.
Dalton Connect?
No, the other one.
Austin Reeves.
I hate when I be like blanking on people's names. Yeah, it's about Austin Reeves and how he's from Arkansas and how like his whole college he came from Oklahoma.
Can you read this note that I just made?
No, it disappeared. Hold on.
Go to tap the note and see if you could just go to notes.
It's not. I was in it, because I was about to start typing something, but it went away.
Okay, well, just go to see if you go to the bottom of your thing and then actually like access the note.
I have notes, the notes app on my phone.
What about in Zoom though? It should be a little square that says notes.
I got chat, react. Okay, I hold on. Let me make it bigger. Maybe it's hidden because it's not the full. No, I don't. I got chat. I got video. I got more.
Keep scrolling.
Oh, I see it. It's on mine because I'm on the Apple. It's like, well, I don't know. It's hidden though. It says let's begin collaboration. Now it says I got to sign in. Damn. Hold on.
For Zoom?
For the Zoom workplace, yeah.
Okay. Okay, so for you, who is the number one quarterback pound for pound in the NFL between those 4?
I think it's still Patrick Mahomes, only because Patrick Mahomes is the most versatile quarterback in the league. And I think Joe Burrow and Josh Allen are like neck and neck.
Patrick Mahomes got how many rings?
Patrick Mahomes has
3 rings.
He has 3 rings with 2 MVPs.
2 MVPs. How many Super Bowl MVPs he got? 2 Super Bowl MVPs?
Yeah. So he got like 10 trophies.
That's okay, so again, right there, that is what starts the gap, I think. How many playoff wins Patrick Mahomes got? 10 already?
I think Patrick Mahomes he might have like 14. Like I would say Patrick Holmes has only lost in the playoffs like twice. Hold on. Playoff record. What's his playoff record? Patrick Mahomes' playoff record is okay. They actually trying to put game, but he's 15-3. You hear me?
Okay, yeah, no. I hear you. I
He's
hear you.
15-3, and one of those is in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So he turned around. He beat the Eagles. He beat the Eagles.
Okay,
Like
so who is number 2 for you? I think Lamar to me is by far number 2.
um, that's what I say. I say Patrick Mahomes is up here, and then Lamar, Joe Burrow, and Josh Allen.
So, did you sign into the workplace? If you can, look at the notes. So, basically, with Patrick Mahomes' stats, his 3 rings, 2 MVPs, his 3 rings, 2 MVPs, 2 Super Bowl MVPs, 8+ playoff wins with a 15-3 record. I think it created all the separation that we needed.
And
It's
he's won
basically
the and he's won the AFC, the league he plays in every year since he's been in the league.
facts, except once.
They said they said it was. I want to say they won it 8 years in a row this year, or 7 years in a row.
Every year they've won it every year except 2 because they lost to Joe Burrow and they lost to Tom Brady.
Okay, the year that Joe Burrow and then went to the Super Bowl.
I feel like Lamar Jackson is the modern day Peyton Manning in that regard. Like, and they keep going around it.
I wouldn't. I would say Lamar. I would say like
Look, we don't want to say he's Peyton because we see he can run adversarially, success win losses wise, always losing to the dude who end up doing it is him.
I was just gonna say that. Okay, and from that standpoint, yeah, it's not letting me do it. I don't know why. Hold on.
Okay.
Hold on. It keeps telling me a Google password is required for it. Like yours, it says Zach. Hold on, ZSPN. I don't know, but you got it, bro. We'll figure it out next time. But I was just gonna say, you've played Pokemon, right? You play Pokemon Red or Green or Yellow, and you play when you go to Professor Oak, and he like, what Pokemon you want? You want a fire Pokemon? You want a grass Pokemon, grass type, or you want a water Pokemon? Joe Burrow, Lamar Jackson, and Josh Allen are like 3 different types of Pokemon. They do this. It's just really your preference. Them three, they're like a tier. Like it's them three, and then Patrick Mahomes is like a legendary Pokemon. He like the nigga
That's
above.
why I feel like Lamar. Now, obviously, we know I love Lamar. Says Louisville. Blah 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 blah. That's why I feel like Lamar is truly the right there. And if he win, it puts him even without 3 rings, even eye to eye with Patrick. Because
Oh no.
let me finish.
Okay.
If you got Josh Allen and you got Joe Burrow in the pocket and you mix them into a player, who would they be?
Josh Allen and Joe Burrow together would just be like a bigger, stronger.
Now, without the bigness, it'd be Lamar Jackson.
Nah, because
Yeah,
Lamar Jackson's
see, okay,
athleticism.
so let me
No,
finish. Let me
Lamar
finish.
Jackson's athleticism is like
Wait. Let me finish. Because that's what we go to, the athleticism. Josh Allen athleticism, for him to be that big and stocky is crazy. Again, jumping over standing linebackers is 6'4". We seen him jump over Anthony Barr. Anthony Barr ain't been the same. He retired now, or not even playing barely, it seemed like. So again, what I'm saying is in the pocket, if you watch Lamar in the pocket and Joe Burrow in the pocket, Lamar is faster, obviously, and more agile of fleet foot. Him and Joe Burrow do the same thing in the pocket, though.
just different ways.
Just different level of
Joe
speed.
Burrow's more subtle, and Joe Burrow's like all shoulder, like he be shaking niggas with his
I mean, I
shoulder.
wouldn't even say that. Joe Burrow literally do the same thing Lamar do. Stand right there while I'm holding the ball. Will let you get right there. Move out the way. Because again, like this is what I'm saying. Like we forget.
Like a Russell Wilson type.
We forget that Joe Burrow was Mr. Ohio in basketball or Mr. Basketball in Ohio and was a top flight quarterback. So like you don't do that at the same state that LeBron was produced out of, and you're not good at basketball. You're not athletic as a motherfucker for real. So I feel like you take that, then you take running and running around in defense and can make crazy ass throws, could stiff arm a defender, spin off a defender,
Joe Burrow will run for a touchdown. I seen him run for a touchdown. He will run for a touchdown.
And then when you take that other element of running around and gunning and throwing, that Josh Allenness, Lamar got that too. So I feel like even though these 2 niggas is right there, then you say, okay, boom. How many MVPs Lamar got? 2?
He two, and I think he's probably gonna lose this year to Josh Allen.
2 MVPs.
Mhm.
How many times he been the number one seed?
In the AFC, not that many times because
Two-time number one seed.
the Chiefs are normally the number one seed. Like they're the number one seed again in the AFC this year. Like it just, and then Buffalo is right up under them, and then the Ravens is like right there. So
So who number three? That's what I'm saying. Lamar only get 2 lines ahead of everybody. Now the conference. Now we gotta really you gotta really split some hairs.
so to advance the conversation, is Lamar? Who do you think is gonna? You think Lamar is gonna get over the hump and beat Josh Allen or beat Patrick Mahomes to get to the Super Bowl?
He beat Josh Allen already, even this season.
I
I
know
think,
that, but Josh Allen is like on like a very like crazy
man,
run right now,
Lamar
and
is too, and that's what I'm saying. See, the media.
but that's not what I'm not saying it to go. I'm saying that like Lamar is playing crazy. He got 40 something touchdowns and 4 interceptions.
Mm-hmm.
Josh Allen got
The
35
highlights.
rushing touchdowns and he looked crazy, right? And then now it's like, okay,
I don't think the conversation for Lamar though, with what you're saying, is Lamar beating Josh Allen though. He's gonna beat Josh Allen. They already beat him. The Ravens is better than the Bills are. So it's about beating Patrick Mahomes.
and that's tough. That's like a
And
Super Bowl in itself.
and this year, the Ravens defense is not good enough, I think, to guard all of them niggas, and he might be able to outplay.
Because what happened last year, they was close, and then all of a sudden, Zay Flowers got the ball punched out. Lamar didn't know whether to like. Lamar didn't want to run as much. He was trying to like pick them apart by throwing, and they kept picking them off, and they lost. Like it was. So now this year, when he gets to the playoffs, I think Lamar is going to run more. But now it's like, okay, you're going to run more, but then it's like, are you going to be able to keep up? Because now the Chiefs be scoring. The Chiefs, I feel like, are going to start scoring crazy. Like
Yeah.
all you go out there and they got Juju, they got. You know what I'm saying? They got
No, the biggest thing, that's what I'm saying. We talked about this. The biggest thing is the Chiefs went from no receivers. All what's wrong with the Chiefs? Can you see my head?
I see your head. I see your head. Yeah, the top of your head.
What's wrong with the Chiefs? Excuse me. No receivers. Two. Now the Chiefs got everything. Isaiah Pacheco had broke his leg.
With Kareem Hunt looked like Isaiah Pacheco, but the ball form, they look the same. Now you got Kareem Hunt, Isaiah Pacheco, both running. Like the defense is pretty solid.
And some JP Ryan.
Chris Jones is beating niggas on the offensive line ass. I just seen on Saturday when they played Houston, Chris Jones was really like rushing. Like he had the center was holding on for his life. Like the center was like, oh shit. And then the guard was trying to help. He was still like just pushing the pocket. Like if you ever watch Chris Jones, he pushes the pocket so deep into the quarterback's lap, it's crazy.
Yeah, no, he's good. He the best at that since like Fletcher Cox and Aaron Donald and Dominican Sue type.
Because he's so big, he like Refrigerator Perry.
Mm-hmm. No, he is a big dude. Big. He is a massive human. That is true.
That's what I'm saying. Like, don't let the Chiefs next year turn around and be like, oh, we're gonna draft. Don't let them draft some D lineman, some D lineman from Georgia or something crazy, or from Texas, University of Texas. Now they got 2 Chris Joneses because I feel like that's what the Chiefs need to focus on next year, drafting the D line. Like, put somebody next to Chris Jones. Now all of a sudden.
That's what I'm saying. Like, okay, so who number so before we get into the Chiefs, because the Chiefs is our next topic.
Okay.
Who is number 3?
Wait, who's number 2?
My vote was Lamar.
Oh, you talking about for quarterbacks?
Again, we talking about the gap. The gap, but Mahomes' gap is.
I think Burrow. Honestly,
5 lines deep. Lamar's gap is only 2 lines.
I think Burrow, Lamar, and Josh Allen are literally even. It's literally like the Pokemon analogy where they're really like.
I feel you. So what I'm saying is we know Lamar is there. I feel like for the sake of the debate in the show, I'm gonna throw the Lamar Jackson card down.
Okay, and I'm gonna say
at number 2, like Lamar Jackson.
I'm gonna say Joe Burrow. I'm gonna say Joe Burrow is number 2 for me, just because like I feel like. I look at Joe Burrow and I look at like how he plays, and I'm just like Joe Burrow would like literally work
with the Rams. Joe Burrow with the Rams, crazy.
He would work anywhere. If Joe Burrow, if you like take Joe Burrow and Justin Jefferson, just those 2 players, put them on the Jacksonville Jaguars. Instead of them being 2-10, they'd be 10-2.
You know the other reason why I feel like Lamar is number 2 definitively? He just got Zay Flowers. His best receiver for a long time was the tight end.
Oh, and he still got old boy too. I forgot his name. He kind of looked like Odell in the face, but it's not Odell. Bateman.
Rashard Bateman, exactly. But that's what I'm saying. Like Josh Allen, he done had Stephon Diggs. You feel me? Joe Burrow got T. Higgins and Jamar Chase. Patrick Mahomes had Tyreek Hill, Travis Kelce. Lamar done did all this winning the MVPs. And
That's also like I ain't even gonna talk about that.
What?
The Tyreek Hill, like that's already crazy that they was paired together.
That's what I'm saying. And Lamar did all he did and was niggas is giving him the blues for losing and shit, and he doing that, and it's really him and the defense pulling up the first five times.
I really think Lamar. I mean,
Joe Burrow got to his name in Super Bowl berth too. He gonna have to get it together.
I mean, they in the hunt, man. Don't let them make it. Don't let the Bengals make it on some like I think the playoffs. I think they in the hunt and they in between.
They 7-8 right now. They gotta win out.
You said what? They the first ones out.
They 7-8. They gotta win out. If they don't win out, then it's a wrap.
Who they play this week?
I don't know.
Oh, here's the playoff scenarios on CBS Sports. Because it's so random. The Cowboys really played hard yesterday. It was actually kind of funny.
They was turned up too. They need to chill out with all that shit.
It was just like, yeah, we ain't making nothing, but you know what? We gonna run up what we do.
He's gonna ruin y'all day though.
Because I think Tampa still could win the division though.
I think they might have got eliminated.
No, what you mean eliminated? So who won the NFC?
They can still win the division, but the NFC North finna send 2 teams.
Okay, so yeah, like I said, Kansas City got a first round bye, and then it says right now, if everything goes how it is, Buffalo would have to play Denver the first round. And the Chargers would play Pittsburgh, and Baltimore would have to play Houston. But they were saying if any of those teams lose, then Buffalo might have to play like Pittsburgh or some shit.
Yeah. Well, we know who advancing for sure.
Yeah. Okay, and then on the other side, Washington would have to play the Eagles.
Ooh, okay.
They 10-5.
Who, Washington?
Yeah.
He's doing good.
Green Bay will play the Rams, and Minnesota will play Atlanta. So Atlanta, because Tampa Bay lost, Atlanta is slated to win the division.
Yeah.
Now all of a sudden, Michael Penix,
they're not going to the playoffs either. I think they all gonna get eliminated. They all eliminated.
Well, somebody got to come out of that division.
I don't think so.
Yes, that's how it works.
How many teams did they?
Somebody has to come out of the NFC South. Somebody does. That's why there's been times when the Panthers or the Saints are like
yeah, my bad. The Falcons is slated to make it right now, yeah, because they the division winner.
They 8-7. Okay, so that Green Bay versus Rams game is gonna be tough. Hello, can you hear me? Okay. Kansas City is the number 1 seed. They got to buy no matter what. They Kansas City is locked into a buy. Buffalo has the tiebreaker, but it don't matter because Kansas City is 14-1. Like
Pittsburgh got to be hot.
Kansas City looking like 2015 Panthers. Like they looking like they gonna go all the way.
Don't do that. Don't throw them in there. They looking like the Patriots. Don't throw them in there.
Yeah, except the Patriots was undefeated, but yeah.
The Panthers. You just can't help yourself.
I think the Chiefs is going back to the Super Bowl unless like something crazy happened, like Patrick Mahomes get hurt or some shit like that. Obviously,
Carson Wentz still might come out and go on a crazy run for no reason.
That's true too. And Jalen Hurts got a concussion for the Eagles. I mean, I feel like eventually, like when you're running that much, like eventually you can be strong, but eventually somebody gonna hit you the right way, and you're gonna get hurt. That's just how it is.
No, you eventually gonna get clipped for sure.
And he don't really need to run like that much, in my opinion, because I mean Saquon Barkley is on a crazy run. The offensive line is really good.
He's struggling with the reads though. Like I mean, just the coverage is good too, I guess. But
yeah,
running so much.
Washington looking like the RG3 level Washington where they was going.
I was thinking that the other day too.
Oh, where they had went all the way, like it made a crazy run
out of nowhere.
I think the Chargers. My thing with the Chargers is the Chargers and Houston have the same record. They both 9-6. So with that being said, the Chargers are one of those teams. They have some fight in them. Like the Chargers could like beat us some. Like will the Chargers beat Pittsburgh
No.
in Pittsburgh? I don't know. I don't think so. But is Russell Wilson gonna outplay Justin Herbert? I don't.
Yeah. If George Pickens is healthy, yeah.
Okay.
But that's what I'm saying. So the Chargers are interesting to me because, again, like, what's up, Chargers? Like, y'all 9-6. If we look at y'all in comparison to the Texans got hella injuries.
If you're the Chargers, would you rather play against Baltimore or Pittsburgh? I feel like when both of the brothers play against each other, they know how each other coach, so it's a closer game. But you'd rather play because I feel like Mike Tomlin is a harder person to go against in the playoffs, in my opinion, just as of coaching wise.
Yeah, I mean, for sure. I mean, I think. I mean, probably the Ravens because they don't got that good of a secondary.
Okay.
Steelers got a good D line and a good secondary and a good quarterback. The Ravens got all of that depending on who they want to be that week. Which again is like I still wouldn't want to play the Ravens, but
and also I think
I don't want to see TJ Watt though.
I mean that, and also I feel like going against the Chargers, they have older defensive ends. Like I'm pretty sure this is probably the last year I'm gonna see Joey Bosa and them playing like because Joey Bosa is good, but I feel like he's past his prime, low-key. I think that there's a lot of like I wouldn't be surprised if they like try to trade for like Kayvon Thibodeau or something. What I'm saying is like Joey Bosa, like when I'm watching him, he's good, but I feel like
let's say this. The Chargers tend to be banged up a lot.
They're not really banged up this year.
And Joey Bosa tend to be hurt in and out of the lineup a lot.
I mean, you still got Khalil Mack on the other side. Khalil Mack.
Good reason to get rid of Bosa, but no, he ain't
Get
passing.
rid of Khalil Mack before they get rid of Bosa.
Yeah.
So you saying they'll keep Bosa until he retires?
Yeah. He's a brand name player. Khalil Mack is older now. He's a journeyman.
Khalil Mack is like 34 years old.
He's a journeyman too.
I feel like the Chargers need youth on their D line. That's just my opinion. After watching them, like
I mean, they maybe end up taking like the dude from
or like Chop Robinson. No, not Chop Robinson, but the dude from Penn State. That they have an edge rusher that's really good.
I mean, they might take an interior guy. I think edge, you could get edge. I think they may take the guy from Michigan.
Yeah, that's actually valid. That's valid. There's two from Michigan. There's like the black dude and the white dude. One is the nose and one is the 3 tech, but they're both good. They're both like supposed to be in the first round. And speaking of segue, we're gonna segue right into college football, and we're gonna talk about how
we're gonna talk about the Chiefs first.
Oh, let's talk about the Chiefs. You brought up Michigan because I was about to be like, boy, Michigan would have beat SMU too, but
we'll get to that in a minute. Let's talk about the Chiefs.
Okay. So the Chiefs are 14-1. It kind of sucks that they lost to the Bills because then if the Chiefs would have beat the Bills, then you think that Patrick Mahomes would have locked up another MVP?
I think it's based on how they look at how you playing at the time.
I mean, if you end the season 15-0, I mean 17-0, it's kind of crazy. I mean,
but you know, these days that's not what the MVP about. MVP about narrative.
Yeah,
and the type of style of play that appeals to
the narrative is they lost. They Stephon Diggs left, and Josh Allen still going crazy.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't even really need him anyways. Like we know. I
mean, the Chiefs ranked 13th in offense right now.
So you think the Chiefs just win because they just They just score when they need to, and they have like timely third down stops, and they just get you off
They
the
know how
field.
to. I mean, I wouldn't take it away from them, even though that's not negative what you said. I
Wait,
just
who's the number one offense? It's blocking. It's something. It's a pop up blocking the number one offense. See, that's what I'm saying. That's crazy. Baltimore going crazy right now.
why say he number 2.
But we all know we know what's going on. Josh Allen's going to win the MVP. Like this is what's going to happen. Josh Allen's going to win the MVP. They're not going to get to the Super Bowl. They're going to lose to the goddamn. They're going to lose to somebody they're not supposed to lose to. Like they're going, or on paper, they at least.
So the
Like
Ravens is number 1 in total yards.
it's gonna, like they're gonna beat Denver, and then the second round they're gonna play Pittsburgh, and then Mike Tomlin gonna do some crazy coaching, and Josh Allen they're gonna lose. And then now Pittsburgh, and then Pittsburgh gonna get all the way to the end, and it's gonna be Pittsburgh versus Baltimore to get to the Super Bowl. And that's the crazy. That's and then now and it's like now you Mike Tomlin, you going against Lamar. Now Lamar, it's like Mike Tomlin's a great coach, and then Lamar is out here trying to do his thing, and I feel like that's how it's gonna go.
Come on, man. Number 5 in total passing. Number 1 in total yards. Number 2 in rushing. Like
They the best team,
best offense.
the best offense. But then it's like, okay, it'd be funny if that's what I just said. Is that's how I go. Like the Buffalo Bills beat Denver, and then they turn around and play Pittsburgh and lose, and then
Come on.
but then like the Buffalo fans is like, oh well, at least Josh Allen got an MVP. We happy with that. And
Exactly.
that's like and they go be white somewhere.
He got the number 1 passer rating in the league.
And for us, it was about just preparing his
Like just go jump on table somewhere, please.
Number 1 passer rating in the league.
But the MVP is not always about stats though, because the year that Myles Garrett won Defensive Player of the Year over TJ Watt, I think TJ Watt had a better year that one year. It was one of those years that TJ Watt went crazy. He had like, didn't TJ Watt like almost get to Michael Strahan's record?
I think he's tied it.
Yeah, he tied it. It was like really crazy. Like he had 20.5 sacks or 22 point, whatever he had.
But again, that's what I'm saying. So then what is it about this getting Josh Allen the MVP this year?
We just want to build his resume so when he goes to the Hall of Fame, like when we put his numbers next to Patrick Mahomes, it don't look so crazy because Patrick Mahomes has like 10 trophies. So they're like, look, we got to give it to somebody to make it look like it's parity in the league, and Josh Allen don't look like he just getting dwarfed by his accolades. Like,
and we can't keep letting Lamar win either.
No, because if Lamar win it again, now it's like, oh, Lamar is better. So now because we're revisionist history, people just look at the MVP. Like when we're in the season, we're talking about the season, but once the season's over, people just look at who won the MVP that year and they move on with their life. Like, and they say, well, Josh Allen won the MVP in 2024. He was really good. It's like Josh Allen is really good, but it's just like he's not better than his contemporaries at this time.
And the Ravens defense right now is 16. We ain't gonna talk about the Chiefs.
And that's why they're 15-1 because they score just enough to beat you in the defense, and Chris Jones is beating the O-line up.
So let's talk about it. The Chiefs. What is the Chiefs going to complete the three-peat?
I think that
you taking the Chiefs or the field right now?
No, this is what I'm gonna tell you. If the Chiefs get to the Super Bowl, yeah, if the Chiefs somehow get to the Super Bowl, they're gonna three-peat. If they like, but if they do lose, I have the Chiefs losing like their first game. Like say they on a bye and they playing bad, I feel like they could lose that first game after the bye. If they win that game, I think they're gonna go to the Super Bowl and they're gonna probably three-peat. And now,
really,
narrative wise, Josh Allen could never Josh Allen. If you put Josh Allen in the same breath as Patrick Mahomes, it's a bias there, and we need to discuss that further.
I don't think it's really. He's not in that spot right now to be
But
talking
every
about.
time people say Patrick Mahomes, they say Josh Allen right after. No matter what TV show you watch, and they say Patrick Mahomes is good, but Josh Allen. They say, but Josh Allen, and they be like saying it. They be like, oh yeah, and he jumps off the table and he hits people. It's like, bro, it's not the same. And then people start doing the mental gymnastics where they say, well, if Josh Allen played for Andy Reid, he'd have at least 2 Super Bowl. And but it's like, listen,
So this right now is how it's set up.
I know. I think Buffalo's gonna beat Denver, and they turn around. Now it's not over yet. So if Denver turn around and lose or something, then all of a sudden Buffalo got to play Baltimore the first round. Then Josh Allen might go in the first round.
And this is based on defensive rank.
What you mean?
Like the tiebreakers is based on how they rank his defense.
Okay, so well, that's better. I mean, like Washington versus Minnesota will be a tough game.
Mm-hmm.
Green Bay versus the Bucks. I mean, that's a cool game. And then Seattle versus Detroit. I think this is old because Seattle got eliminated yesterday. Wait, no, actually, no.
Mm-mm. You
No,
understand?
because no, Arizona lost and Seattle lost.
Did Seattle lose?
And Tampa Bay lost.
Oh yeah, Seattle did.
Seattle lost to the what's it called?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. To Minnesota. That was a good game though.
Come on, man. Them Rams handle their business, boy. So yeah, man, I think it depends on who they would play. Who would they play? They would play the last seed, right? So the sixth or the seventh seed. So they will play either
Who?
Buffalo.
The Chiefs?
Yeah, they either play Buffalo.
No, they would play the winner. No, the Chiefs would play the winner of
The seven seed, two seed game.
no, they would play the loser. No, they always play the lower seed. So like
That's what
if
I'm saying. The seventh seed is the what's it called? So if the seventh seed don't win, I think that they will play the two.
they would play Baltimore low key second round, or they would play the Chargers. Like if the Chargers beat Pittsburgh, like because they play the lower seed, don't they?
Yes.
Joe Burrow, the passing leader, and Jamar Chase is the receiving leader. When I knew a next update come out on Madden, Joe Burrow gonna be crazy. Yeah, that's tough. I think the Chiefs.
Yeah, the Ravens played the Texans. The Texans was the four seed. So the Chiefs played the 4 or 5 team. Gotcha.
Okay, so
Yeah, they would play. They would play the Ravens.
let's move along a little bit. Let's talk about college real quick because we've been on
Wait,
this for
wait,
about.
wait, 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 wait. Almost. Hold on. Wait. Let's make sure we cover. We got to fully cover the NFL. We ain't even said nothing about the NFC. It's cracking over there for real. Even with all this conjecture for the AFC, it's cracking in the NFC. Before we get to college, before we get to college, let's make sure we cover all our bases with the NFL.
Okay, so Detroit is the number one seed, but them and the Eagles are fighting. If Detroit lose one more time, I don't know if the Eagles will. I don't know if they'll flip. I think if the Eagles, low key, if the Eagles would have beat the damn 14-2-1. Whoa, why did it change like that?
Um,
Wait, why did they give them a tie? They're saying that they're gonna tie with Minnesota or something.
who did Minnesota lose to?
Wins tiebreak over Green Bay based on win percentage in conference games. I have no idea. Detroit lost to Buffalo, and they lost to somebody else.
Lost to Tampa.
Okay. In week 2.
See, because that's my thing. I think the Detroit is a really hard team to beat, and they're a good team.
And
But
you have to prepare for so much.
but there are a few matchups that do make it tough on them, I think. And again, I think with a secondary and a defensive issues now, I think the Rams is a hard matchup for them. I think the Eagles with a healthy Jalen Hurts is a hard matchup for everybody because they can run the ball so
They could
much.
just do ball control, yeah.
They wasted a whole half a quarter last week or 2 weeks ago.
And then all of a sudden they could just start throwing it out of nowhere, like Devontae Smith and them just start going crazy. So,
and then you want to be scared of Minnesota a little bit because again they kind of got a little bit of what the Rams got with Justin Jefferson and Jordan Addison, right? It's kind of a little bit of that same kind of thing. And again, even the Packers though, if the Packers make it out against the Eagles, which they very well could, they played a real close game early in the season. Who won? The Eagles won.
yeah, I think
So again, like they had a close game already early this season.
Packers have the number 2 defense in the NFL.
See? So yeah, they played a 39 or 34-29 game earlier this year. So this game is a big game anyway.
That game would be the late game for sure. That would be the game that's on Saturday late.
And I ain't gonna lie, as a Rams fan, that's what you want. I want that matchup because see, we could get through that matchup and advance to the next round, and now we got a chance to really shake some shit up. We don't want to have to play Philly, but we'll take Philly.
Right.
You feel me? Matthew Stafford and Puka Nacua could do some shit, and then the Cooper Cup come around in the fourth quarter and make some plays. But that's what I'm saying. Like, even though they whooped our ass with Saquon, like it was still a semi-close game for a little bit. And the Rams was having one of we don't feel like ourselves kind of games. So that's pretty interesting. Again, like, so the bigger question is while we close up with the NFL, is do you feel like the number one seeds are dangerous enough like the old days to where it's like, yeah, you know, when it's the number one seed, it's shooing they going. Because they got two totally different things going for themselves. I think we feel like the Lions is so dynamic and so powerful. Like, we feel like the Lions, oh, man, like, they really could get it done. They really could win. But then at the same time, I feel like it also is a level of feeling like, well, damn, the Chiefs got the best player. He should be able to get there. But at the same time, I feel like which one of these two feel like they could be the odd one out? You think the Chiefs could lose first round in the playoffs?
Depending on, I think depending on, well, the Chiefs, number one, let me say this. The Chiefs are not always usually like Andy Reid teams are usually really good off a bye. So I have to actually take that back. I think Detroit will be the team to lose off a bye.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Detroit will be the team to lose off a bye. I do.
Hold on one second. So do you think Detroit will end up losing because of the matchup, or you think it's because they got the lack of experience or injuries?
It could be. I think it could be lack of experience. It could be lack of experience. I mean, I have no idea, to be honest, because when I look at it, I'm like, who knows?
All right. I mean, we'll see.
Yeah, I'm looking at it right here, and I'm like, okay, we got Green Bay, Philly. That's a crazy game. But then I think we should revisit this at the end of the season because the matchups may change. It might be Green Bay. It might be Green Bay, the Rams. Like it might be Minnesota Rams. It might be Eagles, Washington, depending on if somebody drops a game.
I don't think they better not fuck up let the Rams get the number 2 seed.
I mean, the Rams are already hosting a playoff game. It's already gonna be tough to beat them anyways. Don't let them,
too.
you know, like Rams versus Minnesota or something. And like if the Rams drop a game against what if Kyler come out this Saturday and just go crazy?
That ain't happening.
Or what if Seattle beat them? They play Seattle for the last game of the season.
I believe, man. I like the Rams defense. That's my biggest thing. I like the Rams defense and how well they playing.
Right.
Okay. All right. Now it's time to get into it.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
We done had very interesting last few weeks, man. Some trophies was given out. Some trophies wasn't given out. Some games was played. Some seeds was awarded to some teams that maybe shouldn't have been giving them seeds. So before we get into the nitty gritty of the nittiest of the grittiest, shout out to Montana State going to the national championship. You feel me?
Yep. You already know.
Come on, Chris. How you feel about that? My boy Chris, Montana State alum, D line, Montana State D
They
line.
doing it. They're doing it with a 95% white roster, so it's very interesting. I think if Montana State played in like in the Mountain West or something, they'd be like, they probably still lose to Boise State, but
I ain't never seen this level of supportive hate. This supposed to be a we finna win the national championship. My boy went straight to the Dr. Umar film review.
no, I'm just saying, like it's very interesting. Like when you see an all white team, like their starting running back is white, the quarterback white, the whole line is white. Both the receivers is white on the edge. The tight end is white. The D line is white, and they got like two black safeties. And it's like, okay, do your thing.
Let's pull Montana State up. I ain't gonna pull up like the
Like the
players.
actual roster.
Nah, that's what I said. I ain't gonna pull up the players, but we gonna just pull up their season.
They played against what's it called? The beginning of the season. New Mexico. They beat them.
Ronnie Ball, what a name. Last from the past. Man.
The Big Sky.
They don't got them on here. Dang, that's rude. Not they don't got the homies on this. Who they playing?
North Dakota State.
Oh,
Who played Colorado to start the season.
oh,
That's what I'm saying. Colorado, that's what I'm saying. Like, Colorado barely beat them on the last minute Hail Mary, and they went all the way to the championship. But North Dakota State was good.
okay. So I mean, they beat Minnesota. I mean, beat New Mexico, Utah Tech, Maine, Mercyhurst, Idaho State, Northern Colorado, Idaho. They got a good defense this year. Portland State, Eastern Washington, Sacramento State, UC Davis.
They blew Sacramento State out. Sacramento State is trying to go to D1 next year.
I know they trying to go to the Pac-12 and Mountain West or something. They got fucked up. UT Martin and Idaho. The most points they gave up in any game this year was 28 to Eastern Washington and to UC Davis.
Eastern Washington be having
Oh, excuse me. Into New Mexico. But yeah.
Eastern Washington be having a good offensive scheme.
Eastern Washington this year, they wasn't good though. They was 3-4. They was 4-8. Dang. 15-0, boy.
I'm telling you.
UC Davis was good too.
I mean, I think Montana State should go to D1. Well, they D1, but like they should go to like the higher level.
They should go Mountain West.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
I think they would be able to recruit. They have a really good program. I think like they would be able to recruit and
Trey Lance's brother play receiver for North Dakota, don't he? I mean, maybe they should try it. Okay, so let's see. They only lost
that's crazy.
What?
When you think about Colorado having two Heisman finalists and it was close like that, that's crazy.
I don't think it would be close if they played again, though.
So
I think it was close because that was the first game of the season. They came out and did exactly what they were supposed to do.
And it was hella like like chatter before the season, like, oh, Colorado, they're gonna have to do better this year. They
And they
playing
had
it.
to learn how to win. But again, this is still one of the best wins of their season, though, honestly, because this team is in the national championship game. So they beat the national championship team. And again, like what I mean by it wouldn't be close is I just think Colorado would win by like 2 touchdowns at the end because Travis Hunter and them is too good. Like if they play right now, it's 51 to 29.
They saying Julian Lewis might play in the bowl game.
No, he can't. He can't. He just could go to
How's
both
he practicing?
because you could go and practice now in the transfer portal. You can practice stuff. He
I
can't.
don't know the rules no more, and that's another thing. The rules is crazy.
Yeah, you can practice. You just can't play.
I don't know what's going on. They talking about you can play up to 5 games and still like not and still redshirt or something. I ain't never seen that before.
All right, man.
I mean, that means you can get film for free. That means you can play 5 games and be like, "Oh, that don't count. I'm leaving." Like that's really crazy.
Yeah. All right.
SMU need their ass beat.
Yeah, we ain't gonna talk about my boy. Yet.
Indiana, I don't want to hear nothing. Indiana ruined it for everybody because Indiana went 11-1 and got blew off the map.
But we knew that was gonna happen because
I know that because they ain't playing. They played Ohio State and Ohio State beat their ass every which way but up. And then now Indiana, I feel bad for them because now it's like next year you can have the same season next year and they're gonna look at you like, we putting Alabama in because y'all niggas is frauds because of last year. So now it's like,
what year did Michigan State and all them get in?
you talking about in the 12 team?
In the 14.
Michigan, that was the first year when it was Washington.
So, because again, we done seen this.
The first year.
Why they keep doing this? Like I said, man, I feel like at the end of the day, they did all this to keep Alabama out.
And on top of that, Clemson, they gave Clemson Texas, but if Clemson would have played against, like if they would have gave Clemson SMU, Clemson would have beat SMU too. But that would have been a better game though, because they just played each other.
I don't understand. Okay, so one of the things that they fucked up with, and I had mentioned this, was postseason results. Which one of these do we want to look at?
No, go back to the bracket, like the bracket that's.
Here we go. Oregon, Florida State, 59-20. When they pushed Florida State into the playoffs this year, after they had won a championship the year before, and it was just like Florida State barely won their games and shouldn't have been in there, and they put their ass in there anyway. 2017, Washington, Alabama 24, Washington 7.
Alabama just won, but Washington was good that year. Washington was good that year. That game was crazy. I don't know. They really took Michigan State and like, what was that about? Michigan State had no points, and it wasn't even how they had no points. It was like the quarterback was throwing picks. They was fumbling the ball. Alabama was smacking their ass. Like that was when they had Reuben Foster.
Yeah.
Like it was really bad.
What you mean? It's other worse ones. What you talking about? Jalen Hurts, 63-28?
Then that's when Kyler was running for it. No, that's not Kyler.
That was Jalen Hurts.
That's Jalen Hurts. Kyler is down somewhere.
Kyler is
no, that's Baker, right? Is that Baker?
No. Kyler is
that one.
Yeah, maybe this one.
Where like it was like they was losing, but Kyler was going crazy at the end.
But this is Baker. This is Baker Mayfield. Yeah, Baker Mayfield, Kyler Murray, Jalen Hurts. And this game wasn't this close though. They was blowing them out, and they came back late in the game
because Kyler just started running. He just started running.
CeeDee Lamb, and CeeDee Lamb got some points at the end.
And that's when Alabama had what's the D tackle from the New York Jets? Quinn Williams. That's when they had him, and they was like really defensively.
Let's talk about this one.
All right, that one.
And they took it easy on them.
That one was like they had Sauce Gardner. They like.
That's when they hold you. When they beat your ass and they just hold you down the whole rest of the fight. They say, "I'm not even gonna keep punching you."
They still didn't test Sauce Gardner's side like that, but it was just like they didn't have to. They just ran the ball up the middle.
You want me to find the clip?
Where Sauce Gardner was getting tested?
Yes.
Was he getting beat? I don't know if he was getting beat. What's it called? Was putting him on paper. Old boy from Miami. Waddle had him in a cyclone. Oh shit, Waddle and old boy that got in a car accident that went to the Raiders. He was about to be so good, man.
No, he was.
He really was.
He was cold. He was good. He was actually really good back then.
He was gonna be on like he would have been on some DJ type stuff. Like he was a really good deep threat, like really, really good. Henry Ruggs was crazy.
Yeah, Henry Ruggs was cold. Henry Ruggs was cold.
And he had a football name.
And he had a good start to his career in the league too. It wasn't like he came out and he was
He
on
was
some.
going crazy.
He was good.
He was in Oakland just going up, just going up. Okay, so how do you feel about the Ohio State versus Georgia Peach Bowl? That was a good one. Okay, so yeah, okay,
Oh
so
wait, you talking about this one? Okay. You talking about this right here? Yeah, that was a good game when they knocked the old dude out.
wait, hold on real quick.
They knocked Marvin Harrison Jr. out. What you say?
I know. Hold on. Hello? Yeah, he did. Can you hear me? That was my dad.
What up, Papa? Cool.
He was over here talking about we were trying to figure out what we're gonna do for Christmas, and he was like, I don't want to go nowhere. And I was like, I'll call you back later.
Mm-hmm. He said, "I'm
But
too."
okay, how you feel about Penn State versus Boise State? You think Boise State gonna get blew off the map, or it's gonna be close? Are they gonna cover the spread? It's 10 and a half.
Take the over.
I think Ohio State.
Take the over. No, let's stay on this game. Let's not be tangential. You wanted to get to college. You knew I couldn't wait to low key talk about this shit here. So let's not even start with that. Let's go back. You tried to gloss past Indiana and SMU and Clemson. You didn't even talk about your homies.
That's the first one I saw because that's the most. I sent you the link for the tickets. They expensive though, but I'm gonna try.
Indiana. Let's you feel me? Let's go back. You mentioned something. I feel like I said, they did all this shit, a lot of shit to keep Alabama out the playoffs. Going into the conference championship week, everybody knew that everybody knew somebody had to lose, and they knew that it was going to be about how you lost, right? They made it all about who Alabama lost to. The conversation was always about who you played, who you lost to, respectively, how tough the SEC was, because they orchestrated and set all this goofy ass shit up. That's what I'm saying. Like, we can't skip to the middle and talk about none of these games before we look at what happened the first time.
Okay.
Because again, like, in doing this how you did this and setting this up like this, you got teams that realistically lost, and you seen by the way that they lost, it don't matter if SMU came back against Clemson because SMU was getting their ass whooped in that game. They shouldn't have made the playoffs.
Right.
It didn't matter that y'all said, well, the teams aren't going to get knocked out of the playoffs based on what happens in the conference championship because y'all want to appease all these people complaining and saying, oh, well, this is going to make people not want to play in the conference championship. So y'all said that it didn't matter who won or lost, basically. Everybody was in.
I think if you look at the teams, they try to do two teams from every conference. Like you got Arizona State, you got the Big 12 in there.
Arizona State is better than SMU, but you should have made SMU and Arizona State. Boise State, Arizona State, SMU, Indiana, Clemson, all needed to have to play in or have some different.
Miami.
This was some bullshit. No, Miami is the same shit. Miami is going to get their fucking dick stomped off by Ohio State. Tennessee got cheated. I feel like they cheated Tennessee. The first drive of the game, you fuck up the SEC boys' energy. They D-line get to the quarterback. Yes, he grabbed the face mask, but you really don't got to call it and deflate their whole energy. You warn them and say, hey, watch your hands and start the game. No, y'all, give Ohio State the call. Now Tennessee defense, as a D-lineman, you know this. They not rushing this hard now because they worried about what the call going to be. And Ohio State, get up out of there. Because Nico had a good game, even though they was all over him. It's just that y'all deflated the defense, deflated the offense a little bit with the pace of the game.
I
So
think Oregon gonna beat Ohio State again.
what y'all pushing though before we get to Oregon is remember the SEC team should have been in there because how hard the SEC schedule was. Oh, we might have lost, but it's who you lost to, and then you put that SEC team in there over South Carolina, who would have destroyed Ohio State, over Alabama, who would have.
South Carolina has the best D line in the country. They would have been okay. Let me not start because have you ever watched South Carolina on defense? They D line be like. It looked like the offensive line ain't there. It looked like they just running through, like when you're trying to get on a train in the subway, then you just running through the turnstile. That's what it looked like.
So you keep Alabama out, you keep South Carolina out, because like I said, Jalen Milroe and Ryan Williams would have had a fucking field day against Notre Dame.
Correct, because Notre Dame also their weaknesses has always been they're like their corners.
Exactly. So again, let's talk about that as far as the narrative. Don't let it be lost on you that they helping teams get playoff wins. They was complaining because they couldn't get no playoff wins before. We just seen Notre Dame name in there.
Notre Dame, and actually the Notre Dame Georgia matchup favors Notre Dame because Notre Dame run the ball and Georgia run the ball and Georgia got Gunnar Stockton. Like that's gonna be a low scoring game. It's gonna be like 13-16 or something.
So again, I think it's crazy when you look at it because it should have been some changes depending on how teams played in the conference championship game. Because SMU looked the same way that they looked in the conference championship game until they found some energy as they looked against Clemson. Clemson looked the same way they looked against Georgia.
A lot of teams playing at Penn State, the atmosphere for Penn State, like for a playoff game, was crazy. On top of that, like I don't think people realize that Penn State stadium be turned up anyways. It's a playoff game, and they playing a team that's from Texas, and it's like 35 degrees, and the team in Penn State going crazy.
Yeah, no, they was raging.
I don't think a lot of teams would have been able to go in there and win.
No, they was going up. They was going.
I think even if Penn State played against Tennessee, like if SMU played Ohio State and Penn State played Tennessee, it still would have been tough for Tennessee to go into Penn State and try to win.
But that's the thing, though. I respect Tennessee and I got love for Tennessee, but Tennessee shouldn't have went over. They shouldn't have went over South Carolina.
Texas A&M too, but Texas A&M lost at the end, but Texas A&M, or maybe
the conversation was. Yeah, with these SEC teams, they had to play each other. They played the hardest variety of the schedule playing against each other. Like, that's why they got losses. And then niggas said, all right, yeah, you're right. That is real. All right, put Tennessee in. That wasn't even who the fuck we was talking about.
We was talking about Alabama.
Thank you.
But they beat Alabama. So that's the thing. They beat Alabama.
Exactly.
Alabama lost to Oklahoma, which didn't made sense, but it didn't make sense because it was like, why did y'all lose to them?
Because Brent Venables is a good defensive coach. He had Clemson defense on swing.
And the philosophy that Kellen DeBoer is running this year is not the philosophy he's gonna be running for years to come. I think Kellen DeBoer was like, we got this type of quarterback, we're gonna run this type of philosophy. We're gonna almost like
he just thought they was gonna out talent Oklahoma because how Oklahoma be looking, but he forgot it's still Oklahoma.
Right now, don't let Alabama all of a sudden get the number one pocket passer in the country, and all of a sudden they running the LSU Joe Burrow looking offense, the Washington. And because that's what it's going to lead to.
Say it again.
What I'm saying is, Kellen DeBoer, the type of scheme that Alabama offensively they run is almost like a rudimentary. Like, remember when Lamar Jackson was a rookie, and how the Ravens kind of ran like the off. Like, you remember the Ravens offense when Lamar was a rookie?
Yeah.
It's kind of like that, where it's like, okay, we're gonna throw it to the one receiver that you have chemistry with, and then we're gonna do quarterback design runs, and we're gonna throw it to the tight end, and like that's how Alabama was looking.
Yes, yeah, and again, like quarterback power, option, throw a screen.
Don't let Kellen DeBoer get the #1 pocket passer or or something like that, and then all of a sudden Alabama looking like 2019 LSU or something. You see how LSU went through the whole SEC looking with a pocket passer just looking crazy.
And Jamar Chase and Joe Burrow. I mean, and Justin Jefferson. But again, man, that's what I'm saying. Like, yes,
Alabama's due for that type of offense soon. Like you're gonna see
they
it.
done had it the last few years. This
I'm just
right
saying,
now,
like with Kellen DeBoer, like the way he
yeah,
runs his schemes.
yeah. But again, think about it. They had it the last few years with Sark and over this last time, and it only went out the door. They had it again this year. He would have had it this year because he had Isaiah Bond. 2 receivers went to Texas. They was right there with Ryan Williams and 2 more receivers. Alabama problems. If the transfer portal is not the same, and Nick Saban don't leave, or just niggas stay loyal to the school and don't leave, and Isaiah Bond stay, and the other receiver with Ryan Williams, Alabama just blew out who this past weekend.
Hold on. Hold on. They got to play Michigan, but isn't that like this week?
Yeah, that's this week. They gonna whoop Michigan ass.
I know.
But nah. Michigan good. That's why I like Michigan. They tough. Just like my birthday, I just went and bought me a new AK. I was a rich, I might have to go murder for high. Murder for high. Murder for high. You know that the murder rate high. You feel me?
I will say that again. My big thing that I'm just really harping on as far as college football and the playoffs is that when you look at everything and how they orchestrated it and set it up, they really, to me, just
Can you hear me?
okay, cool. I was getting ready. Okay, so while I'm doing my little diatribe while I'm up here in the smoker section, I feel like again my biggest thing with the college football playoffs, and I peeped this very early with the expanded playoffs, is that they was trying to sell certain narratives.
Expand it some more. Fuck it. Then expand it to. I say expand it to
14. That's it. 14 is what the NFL is. 14. That's it.
Okay, yeah. 14. So
14.
if they expanded it to 14, Alabama would have been in, and who else? What's the other team?
Colorado, baby.
If Colorado would have been in,
Man, nigga, ain't no way you just gave me that face, and I just watched SMU and Indiana.
No, that's not what I'm saying. No, that's not what I'm saying. Colorado would have been in Arizona State's place if
No. Let Arizona State in, and then go with the best narrative. Y'all put Boise State in there off narrative. Y'all put SMU in there off.
If Boise State play Colorado, if Boise State was playing Colorado on the play,
thank you.
If they would have been playing in the playoffs,
thank you,
boy.
Nigga, what the Heisman off? Travis Hunter trying to tackle Ashton Jeanty all night.
It's crazy that they're never gonna play against each other.
I mean, they will in the pros,
but it ain't the same.
Imagine they go on the same team in the pros.
That's neither here nor there. Travis Hunter, with all the bullshit that's behind him, and him playing in a meaningful playoff game against Ashton Jeanty, the ratings would be like whatever. Ratings would be like national championship level ratings.
It'll be like that Alabama versus LSU game.
Where you gonna have that game at? Because it's a West Coast. It's really a West Coast matchup because Colorado's on the edge of the West.
It would be at one of their stadiums. Duh.
Oh shit! If it was in Boise.
Oh my god.
Oh, on the blue field.
Oh my god, Dion on the blue field.
Oh.
Yeah,
that would be crazy. And then you know Colorado gonna bring the Heisman with them.
What out on the field?
If I'm Travis Hunter, bring the Heisman out
on the chain. Y'all see what you said? Put it on the chain.
No, just bring it out. Have a nigga pushing it on a cart.
That's correct. Marshawn Lynch style, driving it on the cart.
Yeah, but drive the Heisman in.
Drive the Heisman in is crazy.
That would be tough.
Yeah, that'd be sick. So my little guy.
Colorado would win. On top of that,
yes, they for sure will.
And then Dion will be trying to dial up shit for Travis for him to go crazy.
And Warren Sapp will be trying to kill Ashton Jeanty. Like you might see Warren Sapp in some pads.
I think the way Colorado plays the defense, Ashton Jeanty was still.
No, he for sure go get some yards.
He will still get off because I feel like Colorado will still be in that vein of defense that he's faced. Like
Yeah.
UNLV
But
and
him, and number 44 gone too. So he don't even got to line up with number 44. You know, he be hitting shit.
he going to the SEC where and I think they said Vanderbilt and I'm like he good. So
Hell yeah. Okay.
I don't know he was like 6'1" too. Like he on some Thomas Davis shit.
Okay. I like that. This is what I'll say about the playoffs. I peep when they started pushing Miami. I got what was going on very
He was
clearly.
pushing regions.
But they pushing narratives because they want 30 for 30 football.
Narratives sometimes narratives make the football kind of go crazy.
It does. We know that it does, but I wasn't a fan of that because I feel like at the end of the day, it's always been though about the best teams for the most part. Obviously, this model that we finally done got to came because of the teams like Boise State back in the day with Kellen Moore, like we love talking about, and TCU with Andy Dalton.
Or like Hawaii, like the Colt Brennan Hawaii, like if the Colt Brennan Hawaii team was playing now, Hawaii would have been in the playoffs, and it would have been a narrative like, oh,
the Reggie Bush, Vince Young years with other good teams that was in that system and in that time that was playing and different things like that. Ohio State and Miami and what's their name? Oklahoma with
you said, do I
AP.
have honey?
Yes.
No, I don't have honey, and I don't have ketchup, and I don't have flour.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, okay, babe. Sorry. I'm sorry,
So,
man. I'm sorry.
that is a
I'm
beautiful.
sorry. People calling me, man. I'm sorry.
It's all right, man. Line booming. It's okay. And
Um,
those things are beautiful. Them teams is beautiful. Those histories is beautiful.
if all them teams, so my thing is
For the years,
the
Oregon didn't
narrative.
make the national championship, and Oregon was
I'm
one of
not
the
gonna
best
lie,
teams in the
man. I
country.
think the narrative led football because football is a TV show, right? The way it's a TV show. It's a
Yeah,
drama.
that's why I tell everybody. That's why I don't watch anime. It's the best. It's the best anime all the time. Sports all the time.
Yeah, yeah. Like
Every year is new characters. It's new Optimus Primes, Goku's, Rasengan. It's new Naruto. It's new Goku's. It's all. Come on, wasn't we just talking about who the top five Pokemon, Rasengan, Digimon, Transformermon niggas is in the quarterbacks?
yeah, that's true.
Ain't Patrick Mahomes Optimus Prime?
Yeah,
Ain't Lamar Jackson T'Challa?
that's how he played.
Come on, and that's who he got to be to win, right? If he's T'Challa for all 4 quarters against Mahomes, we know where he gonna be, right?
It'd still be tough, but he could win.
No, it ain't gonna be tough. If he
No,
do it,
and
he
on top of that, the reason, and on top of that, the kicker battle was crazy too, because Bucker versus
I know, and he having the time of his life struggling right now.
you talking about
Justin Tucker,
yeah, Bucker is like the new top nigga for kicking.
one of them, yeah. Brandon
Yeah, no, also the kicker for the Bengals is really good too.
and the nigga from the Cowboys too.
Yeah.
And then you got Derrick Henry. So again, anyway, then you got T'Challa and the Juggernaut. That's what I'm saying. So again, that's back to what you said about.
Derrick Henry rushing against Chris Jones is crazy.
Anyway, back to what you were saying. So you said narrative-based football.
I think that I mean that's what happened with the whole Caitlin Clark situation. Like the narrative built around her going against South Carolina, and South Carolina, like these 5 black women and
Come on, it blew up women's basketball. Her versus Angel Reese, excuse me, and motherfucking
and then that was LSU, and then when they played South Carolina was like is these 5 black girls that's really good versus the one white girl and her team, and she like on some John Stockton, Larry Bird, Steph Curry shit, and
literally though, that's a great description.
so it's like, you know,
She for sure play like John Stockton and
she really like on some Pistol Pete type shit.
Yeah, no, she really is though. She really was hooping this year in the pros. I ain't gonna count.
Yeah, so but honestly, narrative would make for really good. Like if they was like, you know, we're gonna put Colorado versus Boise State in a play-in, and whoever wins that gets to the playoffs. We're gonna put matter of fact, we're gonna put Dylan Gabriel. We're gonna put Oregon versus Georgia, so that you know the 2 coaches could go back against each other. We could like that would be crazy. It would be crazy.
So you had Clemson lost, Indiana lost, SMU lost. Am I missing one?
No, I mean Clemson, SMU, Indiana's only 3 games that played so far.
Okay, we know Boise State gonna lose. Anyway, so we'll save that one. We just said Alabama and South Carolina. Do you feel like those are definitively the two that for sure should took SMU spot and Clemson spot?
I think Clemson spot is still valid because they won the ACC, and I think Clemson would have
They
beat.
got blown out by Georgia. They
Clemson would
got
have.
blown out by every SEC team they played this year.
Clemson would have beat. Clemson would have beat Indiana. Clemson would have beat SMU because they did beat SMU to win the ACC, and Clemson would have beat.
But wait, because that's not the conversation. That's not what I'm gonna ask you though.
Clemson would have beat Boise. Clemson would have beat Arizona State. Well, actually, Arizona State probably the toughest because Arizona State's like a tough team with a good running back. So
You hear me?
yeah, I agree. But Clemson, I think that if you want, but then it's like now you don't have the ACC champion in the playoffs, so now so now the ACC is going to be complaining. So you got to put Clemson in because they won the ACC, or if that's the case, Miami should have handled their business and beat Georgia Tech, and they should have beat, didn't they lose to Louisville too or something?
They lost to Syracuse. They lost to Georgia Tech.
They lost to Syracuse. Now Syracuse, yeah.
Now,
I think Texas. I feel like Texas is just a hard team to beat anyway. It's like they
lost to Georgia. They lost to Louisville. They lost to South Carolina.
They lost to all the SEC teams. So that should have been like they are right underneath the best teams. Like it's like the best teams, and it's like Clemson is like the best of the bowl teams.
Exactly.
Right. So they shouldn't have made it. Clemson should have been playing against Michigan or something, and Alabama should have been in the damn playoff.
So I think. Oh, and Tennessee lost too. That's who we forgot about.
Yeah.
So again, SMU lost, Tennessee lost, Indiana lost, Clemson lost. Alabama and South Carolina. We could say South Carolina should have took Tennessee spot. Alabama should have took.
Ohio State favorite though. Because they won by some. I don't.
We're gonna get to that in a minute. We ain't even in the second round yet. We still on the first round. South Carolina for SMU, or South Carolina for Tennessee, Alabama for SMU. What other two? And what other? You could pick another two teams because I'm banging the table.
Go to the rankings. The rankings tab. No. Go back. No. Just go back one. Yeah, go to the rankings. Yeah. So they put Alabama. Alabama's 11th. Alabama's ranked 11th, but didn't make the playoffs. Okay, whatever. But Arizona State did because Arizona State won a conference. Okay. I think replace SMU with Ole Miss. Ole Miss beat Georgia. Ole Miss was really good. Replace SMU with Ole Miss.
You got a lot of teams though in that spot, in that space.
Okay, not Ole Miss and South Carolina are like the same.
You can go your boys from Miami. You can go Ole Miss. You can go Colorado.
No, stop.
What?
Stop. He said you can go.
Niggas skip 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 teams. But again, the 6 teams I'm skipping is BYU, Iowa State, Missouri, Illinois, Syracuse, and Army. Is anybody trying? We talking about narrative football too. Is anybody looking at this saying narrative football? You trying to watch any of them teams over Colorado?
No. Wait, keep going. Who's underneath Colorado?
Again,
they're weird for that. Colorado should be right under South Carolina.
Exactly. We not gonna talk about it.
And they playing BYU. They playing BYU. They should at least be in BYU spot. And BYU. I mean, Kansas kind of fucked everybody up.
They did. Bitch ass niggas.
They lost to both Kansas schools.
They came through like the Cowboys.
Kansas kind of fucked everybody up. Kansas State fucked them up. Kansas State not even ranked no more.
Come on, man. But wait. So you saying? So like I said Alabama and South Carolina,
I think Army should have had a chance to make the playoff.
They did.
I know. Like I know they lost to Navy at the end, but I think Army should have got that last seed over SMU. I would rather see Army in that spot than SMU.
So you think it should be a play-in?
I just, I think Army. I think when as a college football, like you a college football like purist, or you just like college football. Army is not that good that often. For them to be 11-1 going into the last game, they should have had a chance to go to the playoff.
Yeah.
They got Army at 22. No, that makes like if you want to build up programs, build up Army too. Like put Army, even if Army would have lost,
Like how the AP poll got them at 19.
Army should have been playing against Penn State. That would have been like, oh, that's a cool game.
Ass whooping. I'd have watched that ass whooping just cause.
I mean, Donald Trump would have pulled up.
And loved every minute of it. At the Naval Academy, maybe.
If Army hosted the playoff game, that would have been hard. I ain't never seen that.
Now, so you saying, so yeah, so who? I gave you a little pushback to Ole Miss. You can still pick Ole Miss if you want. You got Miami. And again, Ole Miss is just one of the spots.
In real life, if it got extended, Miami and Alabama would have been the two they added.
Well, no, I'm saying if we out of the 4 teams that lost, we switching out the 4 teams that lost. Unless you want to keep Clemson still, so then you just got one pick.
If you switching out Clemson, if I'm switching out Clemson, I'm replacing Clemson because they playing against Texas. So I'm taking Clemson out and putting in South Carolina because that's a good equalizer.
South Carolina already in. We saying South Carolina already in.
South Carolina got a good D line.
We taking Tennessee out because they lost, and we putting South Carolina in
versus Ohio State.
Yeah, then we putting SMU out and putting Alabama in against Penn State. So now you got Clemson versus who they play. Clemson versus Texas, and then you got Indiana versus Notre Dame. That's who you got your team to put the matchup for. Or you could leave Clemson in there because you just said you might want to leave Clemson. But you could take Clemson out. You could put Miami in there. That's a good matchup against Texas because they got Restrepo in them and Cam Ward.
I think Miami-Texas would have been a high-scoring game, but I think that Miami's offensive line was actually really good this year too. But the Mario Cristobal is really good at like if it's one thing he's good at putting the O-line together. Like his O-line was good at Oregon. So that's why Miami was so good to be. If Miami's O-line was trash, they would have lost more games. Cam Ward was back there and he was doing because Miami's O-line is good. It gave him time. That's why they had the #1 offense in the country. So if you have the #1 offense in the country, I would put them in the playoffs just because they're the #1 offense in the country. We just want to see
against Quinn Ewers in Texas. That's a flashy game,
right? And then
so you gonna put Miami.
I'm gonna throw Miami in there. I'm gonna try to throw Colorado in there. I'm gonna be the nigga in the college football community. Like I'm telling you.
Okay, so you saying Colorado versus Notre Dame? Because that'd be another slide.
That would be crazy. Nah, Notre Dame.
Come on. So
Notre Dame probably win though.
Alabama, South Carolina, Miami, and Colorado. That's a lit ass playoff. And Ashton Genty still in there. Cause look again. So for this game right here, we saying Miami right here. So Cam Ward versus Quinn Ewers and them.
That's a great game.
Fire. We saying South Carolina versus Ohio State, upset. South Carolina get the dub. Sellers running all over the place.
Ohio State's good. Ohio State still might win.
Not with that D-line, no. He's not going to have time to throw for 311 yards.
No,
and Lenore Sellers going to be gone.
Chip Kelly calling plays. I mean, I feel like that aspect is really good. Now Chip Kelly going against Oregon at the Rose Bowl. We're not even going to talk about that's next week. And we're not
so you saying even against South Carolina, you taking Ohio State?
I think Ohio State. I think if it was Alabama versus Ohio State, then I think Alabama wins. But South Carolina, Ole Miss, I think Ole Miss could beat Ohio State because Ole Miss is set up like a complete team where it's like you got Jackson Dart, you got to, and then on top of that, Lane Kiffin's a really good play caller.
You don't think Lenore Sellers is going to Vince Young Ohio State out of here? Okay, and then we got Alabama versus
Gary Bertier, aka Jack Sawyer, was actually going crazy the other day.
Yeah, he did have a good.
Okay, we're gonna wrap this up.
Alabama and Penn State. Jalen Milroe and Ryan Williams out there against Penn State. Even though Penn State defense good,
that's a 50-50 game because Alabama could either loot. They could.
That's like another Oklahoma game.
Well, Penn State playing against Alabama in the damn big house, not the big house, whatever they call that shit with
Happy Valley.
the Happy Valley with the white out with everybody turned up. That's a either here. That's a who knows type of game.
Alabama though, give me Ryan Williams over the top for the game.
That's possible. And then okay, so let's talk about for next
And
next
then the last one, Indiana versus Notre Dame versus
Ole Miss.
Colorado would have
Oh,
been
Notre
crazy.
Dame versus Colorado. Yeah.
That'd have been crazy. Okay, so now we in the next round. We gonna
No,
talk actually here now. What happened?
I was gonna say 'cause I got to go soon, but next week's topics, I do want to talk about. I do want to talk about Aaron Rodgers documentary because
You watched that shit. I told you it was
I didn't
trash.
watch it yet. I didn't watch it yet, but I'm just like, what's going on? Because it's like he released it while he's still playing, so it's like he talking about people. He's still playing. He talking about it's okay. That's and he released it when he's having a bad season, so it's just like the narrative is just crazy.
And he cussing niggas out on the Pat McAfee show every week.
And then he like, yeah, Ryan Clark, we can go head up for the game. Like it's like, whoa, like. All right, Aaron Rodgers. I understand. Aaron Rodgers
Ryan Clark could put Aaron Rodgers in the hospital.
and Aaron Rodgers basically he's saying it without saying it like you a DEI, like he almost like you a DEI type nigga, and I'm Aaron Rodgers and
What is DEI?
like that, but that's what I talked about earlier. That's like his ethos, like because he was like, you got vaxxed and that you not that smart, you got vaxxed. Like you
And that was random. I heard he did that. I was like, but that was weird. Like, why are you still?
Ryan Clark is trying to be cool, but I know Ryan Clark in the back of his mind could be like, we could meet up. I'll pull up into New Jersey and we could run the fade. And Aaron Rodgers ain't gonna do that.
What if he do though?
What you mean?
What if Aaron Rodgers do run the fade? Like, what if he crazy?
Well, first of all, Aaron Rodgers, he's a bigger dude. Like, don't let Aaron Rodgers, Aaron Rodgers like the type of dude that he been secretly like practicing jiu-jitsu. Now he get Ryan Clark and some shit.
Imagine seeing Ryan Clark get choked out on video.
They gotta cancel the pivot. If Aaron Rodgers put you in a guillotine, I listen, because he's gonna be talking real slow after.
He gonna run that bitch back in slow motion for a month.
Oh my God, Ryan Clark wouldn't be able to handle it.
Oh, okay. Wait. So let's just go through these matchups, and then I want to ask you a Heisman question, and then we'll get you up out of here.
Okay.
Because I got to get ready to go in a little bit too. Texas versus Arizona State. They got Texas 14 points.
Arizona State is gonna. I think Arizona State's coaching, Dillingham and them. I think they're gonna try their best. Like they're gonna be like. They have good coaching though. Arizona has good coaching, so I know Arizona State is gonna try their hardest.
I think the biggest issue is their quarterback. I don't know how good their quarterback actually is, but
he's decent.
They got players. I mean, no, I know he's decent, but that's what I mean. I don't know how good he is to win this game off a bye.
I think Arizona State's offensive line. If Arizona State's offensive line can't hold Texas D line, it's gonna be like 40-0. Because Texas D line is too crazy. But
we got two good running backs that had good ass seasons that may get fucked up this game, or they may ball and show us the power of the running back again. This might
I think Penn State is the worst matchup for Boise State because Penn State is all like
they defense just been they defense
stop
just
the run, like we're gonna stop the run, like
that.
Like, James Franklin is probably like put 90 niggas in the box.
Because again, against Indiana, like niggas was running, they was the DBs was cutting the running back low. Even if he didn't make the tackle, he's spinning the running back around. Another nigga cutting too. Like, why both y'all?
Ashton Genty is a better running back. Like, if the hole is there, Ashton Genty's he's gonna get a first down. Like, that's what I'm saying. If the Boise State's O line is actually really good.
No, we talked about this. That's why he's able to be so good. And their receivers block good too.
I would just say, watch out for the play action. If I'm Boise State, I'm gonna try to play action on the first play action.
Deep to the crib, nigga, to go far, run as far as
I don't know. Whatever my best athlete is, please just run down the field because I feel like Boise State.
If you want to get in the jersey for the night,
Boise State's receivers are not that good, man. They're good blocking receivers though, but it's just like down the field. It's like
they got a whole bunch of Brandon Stokley's and
if Boise State
Veronix.
Like if Ashton Genty played for like what's the team that I saw like if Ashton Genty played for like
Ashton Genty on like South Carolina would have been crazy. I mean on Tennessee would have been crazy.
Or him on Oregon.
Yeah.
Then now it's like, oh shit, this is the best Oregon team since
Or him on Colorado. I love mentioning Colorado. It's a problem.
Nah, no.
Yes, what I mean,
He
they don't
wouldn't
run.
have got the ball, man. He wouldn't
Yeah,
have got
no,
the
they
ball.
don't run.
The
They don't
ball
run.
would have been like, oh, Ashton Genty wouldn't even have been a thing. Shador would have been like, oh,
She
for
said
real?
she's going to be like, oh, like he forgot, like, oh, oops, I forgot.
Yeah, like he wouldn't have been a thing. I'm talking about like if he played for
When he
Oregon,
did get the ball, he gonna break though, because they trying to guard all the receivers.
if he played for Oregon, if he played for if Ashton Genty played for Clemson,
For Notre Dame.
but Notre Dame's running back is going to be he good as fuck, and he going to be in the Heisman race next year.
Yeah, no, he crazy.
I
He
don't know,
ran a
he was a true
99 yarder.
sophomore.
He took a 99 yarder to the crib.
He going to be good next year. He
Uh,
might.
South Carolina, Georgia. I mean Georgia and Notre Dame. I got South Carolina on the
I
brain.
got Notre Dame winning by a field goal because if Gunnar Stockton can't move the ball, they're gonna put your boy in from California who was transferring from Florida trying to sue Florida. He gonna get in and look
They
crazy.
played 30 minutes at Arizona State and left.
And Notre Dame gonna like clamp down, and I feel like Georgia might lose.
It's a get off my lawn game.
Georgia's defense is gonna keep him in the game. Like if Georgia's defense is stuffing the run and like, oh, we're gonna really have Notre Dame like really just kicking field goals. It's gonna be like halftime. It's gonna be like 10-6, or excuse me, not 10. It's like 10-3 or 10-6 or some shit. Okay, but if Gunnar Stockton look crazy, now we're gonna see if Kirby Smart. Now this is a good coaching battle too, because Kirby Smart is a really good coach. Now if Georgia come out running a Tim Tebow Florida offense and they win, I'm gonna be like,
That's what I
whoa.
was just in my head thinking. I was sitting here thinking to myself. I said, now you know they didn't have about a week to practice now, 2 weeks off. They might be having them boys ready, man, and they may come out and do just that. Slashing streaks all game. That's it. Slash streak post. That's all we doing. And screen, slash streak screen post. That's it.
If they do that, then I'm gonna be like, I don't know what to tell you, but I have a feeling that Georgia's gonna lose. I have a feeling that it's gonna be an SEC list championship, or I think it's gonna be either Texas or nobody in the championship.
Dang, SEC list championship.
But yeah, bro, I gotta get up out of here, man. This for next year, for next week, man. I'm gonna watch the Aaron Rodgers documentary because what is that about? And also, we're gonna talk about this week's games. And I kind of want to talk about. You gonna do all the Heisman winners?
I was going real quick as you get out of here, because again, you know, this is one of the biggest ones ever. Everybody would want to say.
Max Duggan was second place.
Yep. So who is for
The
you?
Michael Penix one. You think Michael Penix? Okay, that's for next week because I was gonna say Michael Penix. People really thought Michael Penix was gonna win because Michael Penix had a really crazy season.
I thought he was gonna win too.
So that's why. But because if Michael Penix had that season this year.
Now my question is, as you get up out of here, is can you give me two of your most memorable, like when you think about it, you like, man, no, that nigga low key might have should have won the Heisman. Like how they saying.
I'm glad Deshaun Watson didn't win no Heisman. Fuck that nigga.
Nasty nigga, just nasty fingerprints all over the Heisman. Dr. Do dirty in that bitch. Who would you say are like two of your
Cole Brennan went up against Tebow, so it just is what it is.
He lost. Cole Brennan lost. Oh yeah, okay. So Cole Brennan for sure. Ooh, that's good.
Cole Brennan was like a legend. I think that Ndamukong Suh was a good one.
That was right. That was this year.
Andrew Luck lost 2 years in a row. I think Andrew Luck went against two of the best dual threat quarterbacks
ever
college football history. And I feel like Andrew Luck could have easily, maybe not Cam, but I think between the two, I feel like his stats was better than Cam's the first year, but Cam was just a force of nature and you couldn't do nothing about it.
Right.
RG3's numbers was better the second year, so there was like nothing he could do.
RG3's was like the reverse that year. It was like this year was nasty.
Yeah, Jordan Lynch with Northern Illinois. Jordan Lynch was playing like he was giving Tebow-esque, but it was like not Tebow.
Yeah, not at all.
That year, I'm just glad Deshaun Watson didn't win. I'm sorry.
I would say one of mine.
Dwayne Haskins, then that's crazy. RIP.
RIP. I would say as you get up out of here, one of mine for sure gonna be. I know Manziel went crazy, but Manti Te'o really did go off, even though the
Larry
girl.
Fisher won two in 03.
Facts.
Jason White was going crazy. I remember like he was putting up numbers, but
And Marshall Falk too, man.
nah, Gino. I remember the Gino. Listen, I remember looking back up the Gino situation. He
He
was
was balling. Hmm?
the Gino Torrietta was kind of good, man.
No, he was balling. He was balling. Gino Torretta was cold. He was cold. But Marshall Falk, man, how often you see that? Ashton Genty style. Come on.
I know. Okay, so it's precedent. You good as fuck from a small school.
You
Second
ain't
chance.
winning. You ain't getting it.
If Ashton Genty played for
Alabama, if he
even
played,
if Ashton Genty played for USC, because USC got the cachet, like the Heisman cat. If Ashton Genty had that same season for USC and USC was in the playoffs, like how Boise State is,
or if he had it for like Oklahoma,
if he had Oklahoma, he would have won it. You mean Oklahoma that's in the SEC? That Oklahoma now, he would have won it.
crazy.
Yeah, that's crazy. The Kyler one is crazy too.
Yeah. Yeah.
He won over Tua.
Right. Yeah, that's a random one too. And Dwayne Haskins. Yeah, that was a weird year as
I
well.
feel bad for Dwayne Haskins, man, because it's like I feel like he didn't even get the chance to like learn how to be a quarterback, and like he could have had a resurgence. Like Dwayne Haskins could have been playing. If Dwayne Haskins was playing,
He could have been on some Teddy Bridgewater shit.
it might not have been no fucking Justin Fields. It would have been Dwayne Haskins and they probably still would have got Russell Wilson. But that's what I'm saying. Like that's crazy.
Yeah, no, the way that shit went down was fucking ridiculous.
Or Dwayne Haskins could have been like behind Mac Jones or something, and
Imagine Dwayne, man, look, he could have been a backup on the ramp. Again, he could have been like on some Geno Smith shit.
I
Maybe
know.
your first stop don't work out and you move. Because again, he was already on the Steelers.
He was decent. It was just he had to learn how to be a quarterback in the league.
Maybe it wouldn't have been no Justin, like you said, Justin Fields. You was talking about him with the Steelers. You talking about wouldn't be no Justin Fields, wouldn't be no Russell Wilson.
Would have been just Russell Wilson, Dwayne Haskins.
Facts.
Like, or Dwayne Haskins might have got picked up by the Browns because the Browns got the Browns is the black quarterback habitat. They got every black quarterback.
Every time it's a black quarterback need a job, they make sure they can get in.
Yeah, matter of fact, you saw how old boy from UCLA looked playing this week against the Bengals.
Like shit.
Bro, go watch that game.
I was watching.
Watch that game, the Bengals versus the Browns.
He looked better than Deshaun was looking for sure.
Well, Deshaun, I saw me be on the same page. Deshaun looked like he just like, man, they pay me all this money, and I'm living real good with me and my girl. His mentality was, I just got to go to work and just do something.
You just gotta go.
But I don't want to see him no more. Please don't. I actually had to block him off my. He went to the damn game. He went to the game wearing a full Gucci outfit, talking about, yeah, I'm dressed to impress, nigga. If you don't get your dumb ass out of here, nigga.
What game?
To the game that just the Bengals versus the damn the game last week, this week.
You know it's bad when you make it.
He put up in a Gucci two-piece, like the button with the matching, like the pajama looking Gucci pants. With like, man, I'm in here dressed to impress.
You know it's bad when the nigga got
then he's gonna turn off his comments. Get your dumb ass out of here, man. That shit make me mad. If I was a D lineman on the team, I would be like, listen, I fuck with you as a black man, and I love black quarterbacks, but you a weirdo, and you need to go do something. You need to go to Cuba, get your hairline fixed, and then go to church. And then you need to also, like, obviously you can't apologize to the girls because you're gonna be liable. So you need to stop acting weird. Stop trying to act like you gonna and you fucking hanging out with rappers and shit with your pushback hairline on some weird shit. You look like Diddy out here. You do. Matter of fact, you seen Diddy like his trial. He had his whole family out there. Kristen Combs was walking out there. When he had his do-rag on tight as fuck the last night, he must have been nervous. His shit was still had the shit like this. He was walking out with his suit on, like, I don't know, like, I think my dad he going to jail. It's
since we heading out the door with some nonsense, do you have any words for my boy?
Who?
For Travis. You got any words for Travis? You got any words for the weirdos? We had our nigga we 30 conversation this weekend on last Thursday on some Travis Hunter shit. Now weird ass niggas is coming out with the video of Travis Hunter girlfriend when we know they wasn't dating at the time at a party.
Me and you at being 30 years old, we've been on both sides of it. We've been on the side where your girl switch up on you, and we've been on the side where it's like, I love my girl and I wish this is life and I want this to go on forever because it feel good and I'm happy. And when you feel like when you experience both, you be like, okay, Travis Hunter, there everyone has an arc. Everyone has something going on with them. Like his girl, him and his girl, like
We
they
know
made.
she destined. We know she destined, and definitely, possibly has a desire to become
And on top of that, people
a
gonna get in her
reality TV
people
chick.
gonna get in people gonna get in her ear, man. Like the NFL is not the reality TV league. The NFL is not there. If it's not
It's not the
hard knocks,
NBA.
if it's not hard knocks, they're not fucking with it. So she might separate herself, and next thing you know, like if they get married and all of a sudden, she got her little bag from the divorce or whatever the fuck, she gonna try to put herself into that like that
Unless
category.
unless Dion put her on a show with Roxy.
Okay, but at the end of the day, like I think Travis is good regardless. I think even if she get if you get a divorce with no kid now, next in 6 months it's like, yeah, my girl we having twins, and it's like, oh, I just just relax, man, just relax. Like that's your girl, you gonna always. I don't care what's going on. You always gonna if that's your girl, you're gonna stick up for her in public. You don't know what that nigga's saying behind closed doors. He might be saying whatever, but at the end of the day, it's like once Travis get into an NFL locker room and he starts seeing how the older grown dudes move, he might because he's still in the kid mindset. Like he might be like, oh shit, okay, this is how it really is. Okay, I'm hanging around with niggas on the Giants. You know what I'm saying? I'm hanging with Malik Neighbors and this and this dude and that dude, and it
But
might
he's
change.
not. He's not that type of dude though. So he ain't gonna be running around.
But it might change his mindset when you like imagine when you was 22, if you was hanging around like Patrick Peterson and them, and they was putting you on game, telling you about shit. You're gonna pick up something.
But they all married.
What I'm saying is,
I know. I know.
what I'm saying is, whether it works out or whether it don't, I feel like he's gonna be all right. Even if you get a divorce and you have no kids on your first contract, that's your first contract. We both know Travis Hunter's second contract gonna be 600 million, and he gonna still be good regardless. I mean, you had to split your first contract with old girl, but okay, whatever. Your second contract, you already know once he gets to his second contract, by then contracts, unless there's a salary cap, his contract gonna be. They're gonna say he owned 2% of the team. It's gonna be some crazy shit. So that's what I'm saying. Like he'll be good, regardless. He'll be good. I mean, sometimes people gotta learn lessons. Like even whether the girl is a good girlfriend or not good girlfriend. Like you saw how she was like she had an attitude for different reasons. Okay, like
See the video I sent you where she was explaining what happened.
no, I have, but what I'm saying is when we was that age, our girls had attitudes for stupid shit too. And you just be sitting there like, oh, well, you be trying to figure it out and fix it. It is part
And
of the.
sometimes it ain't even because of shit you did. She ain't even mad at you.
It's just like it is what it is, man. He'd be all right. And if you have kids, that's another conversation.
Do you think it's interesting that he don't have kids with her in the grand scheme of him saying like she's his wife and all of these things from both sides? With the fact that so many young people got kids, especially young athletes too, do you think it's interesting that both of them strategically have not had no kids? Like literally, that's a very like calculated thing now by the both of y'all. When you think about it, to not have no kids, they've been together since Jackson, Mississippi, now Colorado, finna go to the draft, no kids. That's
Yeah, it's
interesting.
actually interesting because also Travis comes from a place that he has a lot of brothers and sisters. So having kids is like nothing.
That's what I mean. You
Family
don't think that's
circle, but
interesting? Now, not to be, we trying to keep the gossip and the bullshit down, but then my head just actually went to some actual like shit. Do you think it's interesting seeing that?
well,
I just seen the South Carolina receiver just said, I got kids. I got to show my kids, like such and such. Everybody got kids usually these days.
alimony. The way alimony works is if you don't have kids, I think the how long you was married for, you have to pay for half of that for alimony. So like, say if you were married for 5 years, 2.5 years you got to pay to your spouse or whatever. So like, who knows, man? It ain't. It is what it is. I just feel bad because it's like it's hard to navigate a public relationship. So and then it's like as soon as something happened, niggas gonna be like, "I told you, I told."
Man, well, they already come
You.
on.
And then I will say this: do I feel like his girl, if they break up, is she gonna go talk to another regular dude, or is she gonna try her hand and talking to go talk to another football?
For like a rapper or
And now it's like, oh, now your girl over here talking to
Little
little
pop.
little whoop whoop X4. She in X4 videos. Okay, maybe not X4. Because then
Oh, man, you had to go to the not the X4 is the depth. Shout out to Christian, the folk. Shout out to shout out to the local hoods in LA. But damn, man, you had to go to damn, man.
and maybe not X4, but you know what I'm saying though. Like all of a sudden, oh,
Lil Mabu, not Lil Mabu.
she don't talk to Travis Hunter anymore. Now I seen you seen her spotted with what's it like a nigga that play in the NBA. You see her spotted with what's it called, LaMelo Ball, and it's like, oh, and then I feel like that could get it that would fuck you up because then it would make you look like, damn, maybe she is trying to be,
Yeah.
but that's neither here nor there. I feel like he good, just and a lot of times, honestly, a lot of girls that you bring into that life, you play football. Once they leave you, they're gonna try before they start talking to the regular dudes. They're gonna try to DM the LaMelo Balls.
Because they used to that lifestyle. And again, some of them done hit you up on the side already, and you just ignoring them because you with Travis Hunter, and until he fall off or y'all fall off. Obviously, not that that's what she on, but that's how the game work. Like,
And then it's like LaMelo Ball guy because NBA players get paid crazy. LaMelo Ball is actually a good young dude, so LaMelo Ball next contract is gonna be 300.
yeah,
Like
only nigga could compete with him in football is Travis Hunter. So you just
correct.
it ain't too many niggas. Justin Jefferson, Travis, like yeah, like that type of shit. Like she end up with Justin Jefferson. But that's the thing. Like I feel like she's so
See,
not to create a shade room shit. But again, she is also so normal though that it's like man, these niggas got scandals with porn stars and stripper girls and shit.
look at the D tackle from Seattle. You see his scandal. You talking about Travis Hunter? Yeah, he was talking to Hunter Travis.
Shout out to them too.
Nah, well, yeah, shout out to everybody. But I'm just saying, like, what I'm saying is, you could be in a worse position, man. You could be in a worse position. Like you having a girl and you trying to navigate that. Okay, everybody trying to. It's niggas. You want to be Antonio Cromartie? Nigga got 35 kids with 11 baby mamas. You want to be him?
Cam Newton, no disrespect to Cam.
He a widow. Cam Newton show up with his little cat in the hat, top hat, and be like, "I'm single forever, but we can have kids." Like he on some weird shit, and his daddy didn't teach him. His dad's a pastor. He know better. So yeah, like
Cam, we still would love to be on Freaky Friday with you and your homie.
what's up, Cam? How you got another baby mama? That's so cool. Damn. Cam, let me shine your shoes, man. Come on, man. Let me get your dry cleaning and take your car for a car wash. Oh my God, you stiff on the man and you pay my bills. Like that's how he be talking.
Is you gonna apologize to Cam in order for us to get on his show in the future when we make it
Yeah,
to
man,
that?
Cam is my favorite player, regardless. I don't give a fuck what Cam be do. Cam, as long as Cam Newton don't show up like Marcus Houston did with a clear outfit, like if look when you put this together, I need you to superimpose Marcus Houston and he was at the Kids Choice Awards, which makes it worse. He in the Diddy category too, and he wore a clear outfit with some mid-top Air Force Ones with the straps tight as fuck.
Wait, I know you ain't talking about this.
If Cam show up like that, then I'm gonna have to find a new favorite player. We're not even talking about how clubbing by Marcus Houston and Joe Budden is Joe Budden's best song too. But and it was written by Marcus Houston's first album was written by R. Kelly, so I think that like what's
This episode.
he at the MTV Awards. I thought it was the Kids show. That's worse.
Cam Newton, please don't never put.
You know what makes it worse? It makes it worse that back then they had the clear Air Forces. So why you just didn't finish the whole outfit and put the clear Air Force on? You put the mid-top joints on with the strap, and then it's like he looked like he looked like they was like, you know what? You know what? He look like he look like he dressed like a fresh ass nigga that give out the samples at Costco. Nigga, first of all, the nigga like when niggas be having the clear shit on, they be just like you want a teriyaki meatball, you know, it's from like that's what he looked like. He looked like and maybe my thing is maybe because if it was the Nickelodeon awards, I'd be like, okay, he's like, I'm about to get slimed, so that's why I'm wearing clear because I'm gonna get slimed and like that. That's what he looked like.
Go keep going, please,
What
please.
movie was he? What movie was he supposed to play?
You got served, gotta be
It is you got served, and that's why them niggas didn't win nothing.
because of the outfit.
Yeah, and that's why, and we're not gonna talk about how You Got Served was the first street dance movie.
2004, yes, it was.
It's the first street dance movie, and how Step Up and all the movies copied they shit and put a white spin on it. We're not gonna talk about how the LA dance culture was really like Romeo and Juliet meets Crips and Bloods meets dancing. We're not gonna talk about how in a club niggas was wearing clown makeup and dancing against each other like and niggas was crip walking and niggas was clown walking and niggas made up their own like we're not gonna talk about how LA whole culture for to dance like how the dancing niggas be on TikTok and shit how LA really was the first niggas doing that shit. We're not gonna talk about the Jabberwockies being from California. We're not gonna talk about like come on now. I want everybody who listens to this, I want you to go watch Rise. Go watch Rise and you see what I'm talking about. All right, man. I'm done.
We gonna talk about the jerking cruise. We ain't gonna talk about none of that.
Jerking Crew was like, but then like even before that with Omarion and them, that was before that though.
Yeah,
Rise came out in 2000 or 2001. Niggas was really in the height of niggas getting popped and niggas getting shot.
we talking about this.
Bro, when's the last time you seen Rise?
It's been a minute.
Yeah, it's on Tubi for free. Go watch Rise, y'all.
That's your last message.
LA was a crazy place. You would go down the street and LA in '04, what was going on? You had the Nation of Islam selling bean pies. You had hella black people moving into Ladera and Lamar Park. You had niggas on the corner dancing with face paint in the club. You had Reggie Bush going crazy.
Okay, I was hoping you was gonna get to that. Can I get some Afro Kobe?
You had Afro Kobe. You had Shaq getting traded from Orlando in the 90s. Shaq was just now the Staples Center was under construction. In my head, the Staples Center is like the damn Eiffel Tower of LA. The damn shit was crazy in LA. We're not even gonna talk about it.
We not.
Come on. The mayor was Hispanic. The Ontario Vera Ragosa just got elected. It was a lot going on.
It was a day. There was a day.
What? All right, but yeah, we're gonna end it on that, man. And we see y'all.
A wonderful sermon. A wonderful sermon by Deacon Cooper, man.
We see y'all next time, man. And hopefully Arizona State or Boise State win so I can talk some shit.
They not.
If they all lose, then I'm gonna be like, if all them teams lose next year playoffs, I'm gonna be like, put the whole SEC team, put all the SEC teams in, and then put 2 teams from another conference and just run it again.
Because Greg Sankey hot right now because Alabama and South Carolina.
Put the whole SEC team in, and then put whoever wins the Big 12, the Big 10. So put like if Oregon wins it again, Oregon and Ohio State, and they got to play the whole SEC gauntlet, and they just.
I agree. I'm with that.
Maybe not the bottom of the SEC. Maybe not Oklahoma. Maybe not Vanderbilt. Maybe not Kentucky. Maybe not Missouri.
I mean, Missouri was good this year.
Yeah, but I feel like an 8-5 Missouri team. I'd rather have if Colorado wins the Big 12 next year. I'd rather have 11-1 Colorado in there or something.
We ain't gonna talk about it until next week. The idea of Colorado in the next year with Julian Lewis, if Dion able to get something going, he mentioned something in the interview I seen recently, and they was asking him about his mentality behind getting Julian Lewis, and one of the things he said was, you feel me? We like the type of quarterback that we've had, and it's good to continue on with something that has worked for you before. So I said,
now this is the third year. Now this is program building time. Now this is program building time for sure. Now, and if Colorado wins the Big 12, or I'm pretty sure. I think Colorado next year has to play Arizona State, so that's gonna Arizona State's on their schedule next year. Like they're gonna have a they're gonna have a tough time. Yeah.
Okay. Now, ladies and gentlemen, the next time you will see Lord Cooper will be later this evening if he get on Madden for his matchup against the Colts.
Oh, you pushed it to week 5?
Yeah, it's on week 5. It's on week
Okay.
6.
Okay, bet. All right, bro. I'll catch you later, man.
Yeah. Hit me when you get on, like so I could put your stream on the what's it called.
Okay, for sure. I'm not sure what time. I might do it on Christmas Eve.
Okay, because you're gonna be going out and about.
Yeah.
All right.